men that I looked up to when I was a young husband and a young father and a young businessman, the men I looked up to, I didn't have, a lot of context as to how to do all of this stuff outside of my own experience. And in order to grow in that, I looked at the men around me and saw how they lived
Yeah.
and how they made decisions and saw how they showed up.
Mhm.
And it was like, that's how they do it. I can do that too.
Yeah. Yeah. The most in the fire service, the most drawn, and I think this just applies just if you're witnessing a leader or
Yeah.
seeing someone in a leadership position, but the servant leaders,
Mm,
they have the biggest draw
yeah.
from their men and the most trust from their men
Right.
of a leader that's willing to sacrifice everything for his crew.
Right. Yeah.
And whatever your crew is, whatever your job is, but if there's a leader, those leaders that exhibit servant leadership, that are willing to sacrifice anything
Yeah.
for the outcome of their guys and their people, it's huge.
Right.
And that is the most tight-knit crew that I've ever seen, that I've ever been a part of, is when we have a servant leader.
Yeah.
And to witness that, and it's such a powerful characteristic to have.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's so good. And our listeners should understand their influence.
Yeah.
That when you live your life this way and you are you're leading from a heart that says, I will lay my life down for the people around me.
Mm-hmm.
And you're stepping into difficult challenges. You're stepping into weights of responsibility that would be easy to say, I don't want those things, and I'm going to be self-serving and self-centered. But you actually go the opposite direction and you step into those things that people are watching you.
Yeah.
And just like you're saying, and like the men that I still remember their names from when I was young, those are the men that you're being watched, and people are paying attention, and they're learning and growing from you. So don't ever underestimate the influence that we have as men, because there's people that are watching, and they're learning, and they're catching what it is that you've got.